Americans have increasingly been waking up to the reality that a powerful tyranny has been growing in America. This limited federated republic, that was once the most unique example of liberty and self-government, has unfortunately become an increasingly centralized and dictatorial government of the few over the many. This republic has grown to become a global empire, and as its power has increased, the liberties of the people have been marginalized and usurped, and at a quickening pace, since 9/11 provided the pretext for both an aggressive overseas militarism and routine violations of sacred liberties at home in the name of security. What has allowed this transformation to occur? What does history teach us of this descent into tyranny?
In Rome and also here in the States, there's the rule of an arbitrary, domineering plutocracy, which means there's a group of rulers like philosopher kings, a wealthy class of people that really lorded over another class of people. And they really believed, in Rome, they believed that society must be based on a master-slave relationship in society. That was the foundation of civilization. They thought it just had to be that way.
As a republic becomes an empire, the idea of any higher law above the state itself must necessarily fall away. Tyrants will not allow their power to be limited by any person, how much less by a higher law or an unseen god. In Rome, this was seen through the deification of Caesar as a god.
There were no absolutes of justice or the higher rule of law, because this ruling plutocracy was able to just change any law any time that they wanted to, for whatever reason that they gave. And that was the new gospel of the Roman Empire. And the way they used that term was that these would be the edicts, the rules, the statutes of the empire. The gospel of the Roman Empire, the gospel of Caesar Augustus, meant the laws of the land.
Today, the American empire also is largely run by edict, justifying itself with emotionally charged catchphrases such as the war on drugs, the war on terror, or the best interests of the child. The state does whatever it wants because it sees itself as the highest authority.
Right now, in order to make this whole centralized system go, the United States is erecting, and has been erecting for the last 25 years, a police state, a financial police state, and a police state. And it's all done in the name of, terrorism, or, economic terrorism. This poor guy, Bernard from Notehouse, who put out the Liberty Dome, the U.S. Attorney's Office in North Carolina accused him of domestic economic terrorism. What are you talking about? Well, anybody who casts doubt on the value of the dollar is an economic terrorist. Well, where does that stop? At what point do they come and arrest me because I say, hey, there's danger in what the Federal Reserve is doing? I don't know. But that day will come. Because once you go down the road of tyranny, which means that you want to make every human being conform to your image, once you go down that road, where do you stop? You can't stop. The state makes a claim to be God. They've got to enforce the claim. And so a lot of people are going to suffer in the course of their enforcing that claim.
This overbearing police state is in existence all around us right now. We have far surpassed anything King George ever dreamed of in his persecution of the American colonists. For modern America groans under a government that has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance.
A powerful centralized government did not arise overnight, either in Rome or in America. Over a period of many years, the ruling class in America, using the force of government and a policy of weakening the strength and influence of the family and the church, consolidated power over the common man.
You have to bear in mind what's wrong with modern society, modernity, if you will. And the thing that's wrong is that all of the protective structures since the French Revolution that protected man, the family, the church, the community, the guild, all of those structures that protected individuals from the state have been removed. And individuals have been atomized, and they're encouraged to be nothing but an individual. Well, against the power of the state, the individual is nothing.
Over the decades, and especially since industrialization, America, founded on the largely free market economy and very little regulation, became mired in regulations.
Listen, don't ever forget this. There's only one purpose of regulation. The purpose of all regulation. Forget all the stuff about health and welfare and the poor children being made to work 12 hours a day. Forget all that stuff. It has one purpose and one purpose alone: to squelch the competition. That's the whole purpose of all government regulation. What happens is, whenever you have regulation, is the big corporations within about 3 nanoseconds capture the regulators, and so all the regulations are built around what they want. And that's the situation that we've got in every industry today, has been cartelized, cartelized, cartelized. And so you have this one vast fascist economy that works against any newcomer. And it's the same way in agriculture that it is in every other business. You want to be a barber? No. You got to join the cartel. You got to go get a license. Remember what a license is. A license is a government permission to do what is otherwise unlawful. Right? How did this happen? People have been cutting hair since memory runneth not to the contrary. We've had barbers. How did it happen that this common law occupation suddenly became subject to government permission?
Today, this control of society by the ruling class is almost absolute. Using the laws and regulations of a powerful and corrupt government as a weapon against individuals who don't have the resources or community support to fight back, the super-wealthy ruling class exerts an almost absolute domination over the rest of the population. In many or most parts of the United States today, it is illegal to sell raw milk, to catch rainwater from your roof, to build a pond in your yard, or to travel or engage in many occupations without governmental permission and harassment.